Edward, always good to have you in the studio. Tell us more about this strike, which had a huge number of civilian casualties.
Well, we now know that the 52 dead is confirmed, and that is 1/5 of the population of the village. So every family in the village has been hit by this, and hence the Human Rights Commission has sent a team in to investigate. But overnight, we've also seen another Iskander ballistic missile attack, this time into Kharkiv, which is roughly in the same region, and that killed a 10-year-old boy having hit a residential district.
Yeah, and what is the significance? You're mentioning that other attack. What is the significance of that region for the overall picture of the war?
Yeah, well, Hroza is in the Kupiansk region, and geography and the local lines of communication make it a strategic logistic hub. And we've seen the importance of logistics in this war, with the huge amount of munitions being consumed. With it being so important, it was a priority for the Ukrainians, and they did regain it from Russian occupation a year ago in September last year. But Hroza itself, that village that was hit, has got no military significance at all. Neither does a residential district in Kharkiv. So these strikes have killed innocent civilians for no military purpose. So there is no military significance, but there may be political ramifications.
Yeah, well, let's talk about that. I mean, talk about, UN sending people to inspect what's happened. What could be the readout internationally, geopolitically, from this?
Well, overnight, Prime Minister Rishi Sunak has condemned this, referring to Russian depravity. The White House press secretary, in an extensive communication, condemned it, talk about this attack being horrifying. Earlier on today, Josep Borrell of the EU openly referred to it as a war crime. Russia, of course, has just issued a blanket denial, saying they only attack military forces and saying no more than that. But of course, this United Nations field team is going to investigate it thoroughly and take some time to do it. And that's going to keep the political salience of this, and it will remind the world of what Russia is really up to in Ukraine, and, as the Prime Minister said, the depravity of their armed forces. And I think the broader political significance is this is happening in a week where we've seen in Washington the ouster of the Speaker of the House of Representatives by
huge political instability, isn't there?
Yes, and this indicates perhaps, and the fear is that this is the Republican Party growing tired of America's financial and military support for Ukraine. So that would be a concern. And also, we've seen closer to home both NATO and UK military officials talk about the reduction in our store of armaments and just how little we've got left to resource Ukraine. So this is a very important time for us to be reminded of just what is at stake.
Yes, indeed. All right, Ed, thank you very much.